Hey everybody, how's it going? Today we're going to be going over Bitcoin. And we're going to be specifically talking about this loss of support because I, for one, if you look back at previous videos, of course, I've been saying that this is crucial support. And I was saying that this is the pretty much last decent area to sort of look for a trade. And unfortunately, what has happened is that we've seen a massive spike to the downside because it essentially completely ignored this level of support and instead went for the liquidity of the lows for a quick swing failure pattern, as we've seen right now. Now, to be honest, I believe right now I'm going to be more cautious because we've lost the support and now we are seeing it being tested as potential resistance. So I am not going to jump into saying that I am super bullish or looking for higher until I see this level being claimed as support. Okay? So the only way I could say that I am, bullish, looking for higher prices all the way to new all-time highs is if we simply see some sort of close on the daily level above $62,600, and then we could potentially see some sort of massive impulsive move up. Right now, be cautious. I would say if you're not in a trade, then you need to potentially sit on your hands. At least, that's what I'm doing. And if you're looking to enter a short, if you're looking to enter a long, I would also recommend just playing the waiting game here so we can see where the best opportunity is. We have lost support. We've come down. We've seen a liquidity sweep. That does not mean we are immediately going to see a massive impulsive move up until we see further signs. So this is all easy said and done. How do we trade this? How do we look for a trade when the idea is that we wait for some sort of massive reclaim of 62,600, which is a fair amount of percentage away and could lead to a wide stop loss? Well, the way I'm going to be playing this over the next couple of days and even until next week actually is I want to see this area here pretty much get closed above. So I want price to close above this order block here. And specifically, I would really like for it to happen today actually, so we can confirm some sort of order block over here. Even then, even if we don't get it, this is still going to be depending on how we close this daily candle. If we close around here and a bit higher, then we are fine. We've created this order block. However, if we simply just see a rejection now to the downside today and see some sort of massive wick to the downside, then that does not really confirm this order block. Because what I would like to see, to clarify, is a down close body followed by an equal or greater up close candle after it. Okay. Now, of course, this doesn't have to be precise or anything, but the idea is generally like that. If we see a close, then we can say to ourselves, okay, there is a potential long opportunity once we have closed and look for a retest. And this is where you would have to be cautious, because I would suggest that if that happens, you would first have to treat it like a scalp. Okay? You have to treat it like a scalp because there is the potential that we simply bounce off of the support only to go up and take out this liquidity area before seeing another move to the downside. So if you were to long around here, you would simply use this as your first take profit and set your stop loss to entry. So treat it as a scalp first and foremost. And then if we manage to break above that value area low, reclaim that value area low, you have a portion of that position still open and you can essentially just wait it out until we reach higher and higher prices. Okay? Alternatively, if let's say, for example, we get this bounce, we come up and we take out the highs, you would have take profit. We could also see a move to the downside and you'd simply get stopped out, and then we'd simply have to wait for better opportunities to present themselves, because I would honestly say that this is still very risky. Yes, you might be able to get a trade out of this, but I class this as a very, very risky area right now because there's no clear support yet. There's no definitive support We have a low, yes, but there's no like clear support yet, which is what we're waiting for on this daily candle to form essentially. So I hope that's very clear. Before, of course, I do anything else, I do want to just give general analysis of this range over here. So first of all, I would say that keeping in mind this volume area is important because it does give us our immediate resistance and area of take profits if we enter our longs. And I would say like this, if we do get our long opportunity, which would look like this essentially, and then you take your first take profit here, you set your stop loss to entry, and then you would set your second take profit around $65,000 to $66,000. I would say 65,000 just to be safe, on the safe side, and front run the point of control, and then all the way up finally to the value area high, then to new all-time highs over here. So this is the potential trade, which again is going to be based on today's candle and how we close. We have to close around, above this area essentially to confirm this as a daily order block. So this is essentially all. I'm not going to give a short trade in this video because number one, yes, we've gone down a lot, and yes, this could lead to a massive, short position, but I don't feel confident. I don't see the markets giving a very clear sort of invalidation for the short, because we could short here. Okay, let's map it out. We could short here, okay, but where do we put our stop loss is the question. Like if you put it here, what if we simply just come up a little bit higher just to hit this order block before going down? There's no clear invalidation for this resistance, is my concern at least. And by the time we get all the way above here, we've already breached above the value area low and claimed it as support. So it's very, very hard, and I wouldn't recommend giving these super concise stop losses on trades like this because it's not an invalidation. There is no immediate invalidation like the end of an order block or the last high before fair value gap is formed. So I would say it's a bit too risky. There's no clear invalidation for shorts. Yes, there is a resistance, but there's no clear invalidation for a short. It's not a good trade in my eyes. It could be a good resistance, but it's not a good trade. And I think people need to understand the difference between those. You'll find good levels, but oftentimes you'll find that the methodology behind it, between where you want to set your take profits and where you want to take your stop losses, is risky. It's difficult. So for that reason, I am not going to be paying attention to this as an area of potential shorts. So I hope this has been clear. I do stand by what I said in my previous videos and in this video, where I said that if we breach this low here, things could be a bit risky. However, it's simply just because of the way we bounced back and got this SFP. I have to kind of just evolve with what's going on. And for me, this is a sign. It's a good sign, but it's not enough for me to enter a long trade yet. Once we get this confirmation that I was telling you all about, then it could lead to an actual trade that you can actually take. Now it's just, being like, okay, I see there's potential to the upside. So I'm going to wait this out, essentially till tomorrow, till Monday, depending on the daily candle, how we form today, like I mentioned, and then see how we get along by next week's time. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions, any comments at all, leave it in the comments, and I'll get back to you guys. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed, and take care. Bye-bye.